So one of the biggest topics in North American Counter-Strike this past week has been Yekindar to stand in for Team Liquid at IM Cologne. And it's also worth noting that Liquid have dropped their coach Adren and picked up Daps to serve as their new coach.
Yeah, I think the addition of Yekindar, even though it's temporary, I think it's gonna be do good for the confidence of the team itself, seeing as they have not had a decent placing. I think over a year. I think I could confidently say it's been over a year since they had a decent showing at any event.
And
And
and upgrading from Shocks to Yekindar is a huge step up.
yeah, and Dabbs being a lot more of a tactical coach than Adren historically, based on what he's tweeting and what he's saying, he really wants to be an active member of the team. I'm surprised they didn't think to replace someone else for Dexter. Like Dexter being on the market too, they should have tried to make a push for him as well and bench Nitro because Nitro is overwhelmingly average, but it seems they want to stick with Nitro as the IGL for whatever reason.
Yeah, and
And
I think if this tournament goes well for them, they'll keep Yekindar, and I really hope that move
well,
stands through.
it depends if Yekindar wants to stay with them. I think Liquid would sign Yekindar right now without even playing an event. But I think the main thing Liquid needs to focus on as a team is to monitor Elite's performance. He has not had a decent showing at an event, I think, in quite some time. Like, he might have had a game or two, but, like, a dominant whole event has not happened to him for some time. And is the only reason this team is even somewhat remotely relevant. NAF has been carrying the team. OC has been playing okay. Nitro is average and Elite is average. So Elite really, really, really needs to step up this event.
Yeah, right now, it's showing that Elige has a 1.16 rating, and so does NAF, and OC has a 1.10, and Nitro has a 0.95. So, on paper anyway, the stats appear to be where they kind of need to be, but at the same time, it's just not showing in the results.
Yeah, when you watch the game, it's like every single time Liquid has a lead and then the other team gets a string of rounds, you just know it's over for Liquid. They don't have that mental sharpness that you think a top tier org, the best team in NA would have. I think when you're at the highs of highs, winning the Grand Slam in the fashion they did, however many years ago it was, and then you're this bad, I think it's the same thing with Astralis. It definitely has a heavy mental toll on all the players, given how they've been horrific lately in terms of team results.
Especially considering they were number 1 for 18 weeks, and now they're sitting at number 14 in the world. It's a real shame to see them
It,
fall.
their time at the top was so short, it definitely gets in the mental of the players of, oh, was it just a fluke? Or what? Like, and losing Twist, right now, imagine a pairing of Twist and NAF now. Like, when you really think about it in this LAN environment, I think the two of them, and honestly, if you bring Twist back, that's a top tier team again. Especially if you replace Nitro. I don't know who's gonna IGL, but NAF, Twist, Elige, OC, Yekindar, that's a top tier roster.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what roster they put together for their fifth. If they're gonna keep Yekindar, if possible, or if they're gonna search elsewhere for talent. But there's not much to pick from in NA.
Yeah, in conclusion, I think the storyline for Liquid is going to be to try and make playoffs, as well as make sure you get your core members back on track, and not just have your Kindar carry you to whatever spot you get to. Elige needs to have a breakout performance. NAF needs to keep it up, and Nitro and OC just need to start playing at a much higher level, so the team can even compete for a number 1 spot at an event.
And honestly, their playstyle just needs to look like they're a team again, instead of just a 5.